Hi guys, welcome to the 2022 Year 8 Financial Maths topic test. First question, 35% of $150 of means multiplication, so you just multiply those two together and you get $52.50. Second question, 44.80 as a percentage of $144. First number is the numerator, second number is the denominator. That's a fraction, it says as a percentage, so we multiply by 100, that gets us 32%. Question 2, we need to complete this profit and loss table. So firstly, every time there's a loss, it's a takeaway. So whatever you started with, you're going to sell it for less because you've lost money. Whenever there's a profit, it's a plus because you're going to sell it for more because you've made money. So I'm going to go ahead and put minuses and pluses between the cost price and the profit and loss column. Once I do that, this question becomes very, very easy. So that means 35,000 minus 5,000 for the first question. That gets me 30,000. 425 plus 300 because it's a profit this time. That gets me $725 for the second row. The third one tells me something plus 200 because it's a profit. So something plus 200 equals 2,100. Well, that must be 1,900 for that original price. Last row says something take away $400 equals 9,700. Take away because it's a loss. That means $10,100 minus $400 equals $9,700. Question 3 is Best Buys. Best Buys is actually quite straightforward. You always have the dollar over the quantity. So for the first one, we do $2.80 over $2.50. You get 0.0112. For the second one, you do $4.50 over 400 and you get 0.01125. For the third one, you do $3.55 over 340 and that's equal to 0.01044. Now you just have to pick the smallest number out of those three, and it turns out that C is the smallest number, so that's the Best Buy. Question 4, we have another table to fill. It gives us the cost price, the percentage discount, and then the retail price. So for the first one, if we've got a percentage discount of 40%, that means that there's 60% left over, because your magic number is 100%. Take away 40% gives you 60%. Multiply those two together, 250 times 60% gets you a retail price of $150. Question B, we need to work a little bit backwards. So you start with $50, but you're ending with $36. So how much is the percentage discount? Well, you need to work out the gap between 50 and 36 first. Turns out that's $14. So you put that gap over the original price. That gives you 14 over 50, but that's a fraction, so you multiply by 100 to get yourself a percentage. That gives you 28%. Question 5, we're going to use the unitary method to do this question. Remember, cost price is 100%, GST is 10%, and selling price, combine those two, gives you 110%. So it says the pre-GST price, which is the cost price, of a hat is $24. That means 100% equals $24. Finding the GST means you need to find 10%, so use the unitary method. That gets you $2.40. Another way is to simply divide by 10. Question B says to find the selling price. So once again, you start with 100% because that's the pre-GST price. So 100% equals $24. This time you're finding 110%. So use the unitary method, divide by 100, multiply by 110, that gets you $26.40. Alternatively, if you just did $24 plus $2.40, that also works. Question 6. It says the GST included in a packet of candy is 50 cents. We're going to use unitary method again. GST is 10%, so that means 10% is 50 cents. If we need to find the cost price, we need to find 100%. So using the unitary method, we find 1%, then we find 100%. Alternatively, you can simply multiply by 10. Question B, we start with 10% again. This time we need to get to 110% because it's asking for retail price. So we divide by 10, then we multiply by 110. Alternatively, you can multiply by 11 or add the GST from the question plus the cost price in question A together. Question 7. Damien wanted to purchase a jacket priced at $260, but waited for the 25% sale. How much did he save? This is only asking for the savings, which is 25%. So we simply do 25% of $260, and that gets you $65. Question 8 says that a pair of pants cost $90. Calculate the GST. Well, if it costs $90, that means the selling price is $90. So 110% must be $90. Using the unitary method, you find 1% first, then 10%, and that gets you $8.18. Alternatively, you can divide by 11. Question B says the GST exclusive price of the plants. GST exclusive means the cost price. So we start with 110%, which was the question. That equals $90. We find 1%, and we find 100%, and that gives us $81.82. Alternatively, if you did $90 minus $8.18, you will get the same answer. Question 9. Anne bought a new car for $24,000, but decided to sell it after 6 years for $17,800. Calculate Anne's percentage loss. Before we can do that, we need to calculate how much money she actually lost. So we do the purchase price, $24,000, minus the sale price, $17,800. That gives us a loss of $6,200. Then to calculate the percentage loss, you do $6,200 over the original price, so over $24,000. That's a fraction, so we multiply it by 100. That gets you 25.83%. Question 10 says a pair of glasses were marked down by 35% to $135. So firstly, we need to work out what percentage is left. So you start with 100. If you've taken away 35%, that's 65% is left. That means 65% is equal to $135. So we write that. Then the question says, what was the original price? That means that we need to find 100%. So we use unitary method to find 1%. We divide by 65. Then we multiply by 100 to get 100%, which is $207.69. Question 11 says a t-shirt with a cost price of $9 is marked up by 60%. Find the new selling price. So firstly, we need to find the percentage. So 100% is what you start with. If you've increased by 60%, you are now at 160%. So 160% times the cost price gives you $14.40. That means the new selling price is $14.40. Part B asks you to calculate the profit made. Well, profit is equal to the selling price minus the cost price. That means $14.40 minus $9, $5.40 profit was made. A bar of chocolate is bought for $1.50 and later sold for $3.50. Find the profit as a percentage of the selling price. Firstly, we need to work out how much profit was made. That's selling price minus cost price, $3.50 minus $1.50, which is $2. Now we can calculate the profit as a percentage of the selling price. It's $2, that's the profit, over the selling price, which is $3.50. But that's a fraction, so we need to multiply it by 100 to get a percentage, and that gets us 57%. Question 13 is successive discounts. It says a necklace is priced at $200, it's marked at 10% off, and then there's a further 20% off. So if you get 10% off, that means that there's 90% left over. If you get 20% off, that means that there's 80% left over. So we can do all of that in one line. $200 times 90% times 80% gets you $144. Question B is a little bit tricky. It says the equivalent single percentage discount. So firstly, we need to work out the total savings, which is cost minus the selling price. That's $200 minus $144. That's $56 was saved altogether. So what discount percentage is this? Well, it's $56, the savings, over the original price. So over $200. That's a fraction. So we multiply it by 100. That gives us 28%. So if we wanted to get to $144 as one single percentage discount, we could say that that's a 28% discount. Question 14 allows us to use the unitary method once again. It says the selling price is $400 after a 65% profit is made. You start at 100%. If you've made a 65% profit, you're at 165%. That means 165% equals $400. Use the unitary method to find 100%. Part B says the selling price is $720 after an 85% loss. So you start at 100%. If you've lost 85%, you have 15% left over. That means 15% is equal to $720. Use the unitary method to find 100%, and that gets you $4,800. Question 15 is another successive discounts question. Even though it's an increase and a decrease, we usually regard this as successive discounts. So it says that the news channel had an average of 1.4 million viewers in a day. Last year there was a 10% increase, and this year there was a 10% decrease. Find the number of daily viewers. So you always start at 100%. If you've got a 10% increase, you've got 110%. If you've got a 10% decrease, you've got 90%. So you multiply all that together, 1.4 million times 110% times 90%. That gets you 1.386 million viewers. Alright guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.